I almost spilled coffee all over myself. That has sucked. That has sucked. I messed up my nail polish. It's distressing. OCD and having your nail polish on, like, and I'm a little neurotic about it. Not because it needs to, well, okay, it needs to be perfect. Too many years of doing nails. I'm trying to find something to fix my nail polish with. Too many years of doing nails, and I got to the end. There's a skill to polishing the opposite side, isn't there? And thankfully, I'm ambidextrous when it comes to that, but I messed up right there. That last little bit, the last nail, the last moment, I went, son of a monkey. And then the rest of my nails are wet, so I can't do shit about it. So here I am. Mm, you know, Halloween time, like my nails are really long right now because I type so much. I usually keep them at a decent length, but Halloween, and I couldn't find the black polish. To be honest, I love my nails painted black. Like I would wear it all year long. But I'm with you, Melissa, because it's a lot of upkeep. I have gel on my nails. I don't know why they didn't have this stuff when I did nails because it's so flippin' easy. But uh, you know, it helps. Makes me feel like a girl. Good morning, everybody. I was out dinking with the laser this morning, and I said, you know what? I don't need this kind of stress and aggravation in my life this morning. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning. That is not normal for me. Not normal. And I was like, you know what? I am the type of person that if I get up early, I have so much done by now that, like, I've cleaned in the garage for an hour. I filled the dumpster. I vacuumed. I've burned 2 cups. I mean, I've been busy. So we're getting ready for Paracon this weekend. That's why my nails are polished because we're doing a lot of tables. We're working with Oracle board tables this weekend. So I wanted my fingers to look fine. My hair is colored. My nails are done. All this stuff. Okay. So good morning. I saw Teresa says she was just grounding. And I'm going to talk about this. Not so much to the grounding, but it is kind of. So I'm working with a dietitian, and I have been failing in the last 3 weeks. I call it failing, but I have backslid, and it's interesting because I'm looking at this a little bit differently, and I know that I lost like 40 or 50 pounds 8-9 years ago, and it was easy. It was super easy. Good morning, Jansen. And a UV setting polish next time. Well, see, here's the problem. Then you have to file that off, and that doesn't sound like fun to me. You have to soak it or file it, and I'm not doing it because that'll soak off my gel nails as well. And I don't like to have to do my nails. I have to do my nails every 2 weeks as it is, and it is like I wait till the 11th hour because I don't want to do it at all. Good morning, Randy. So I have been working with this dietitian, and she's very tolerant of me. Like I get on and I'm like, I'm just telling you, I didn't log anything. She can see that. I'm like, I didn't log nothing. I didn't do well. I'm not putting my weight down because that pisses me off. All those things, right? It's fine. It's fine. And she's really cool about it. So she's like, so we sit and we talk for about an hour and we have a good time. And she gives me advice and I say, well, I might do it or I might not. Anyhow, but we were sitting there talking last night, and I said, I know I'm stress eating. Okay. This goes someplace. I swear it does. I said, I know I'm stress eating. I'm overworked and I come across that way. I know I do because my brain's always in gear, high gear. There is no low gear. And I'm living on the edge of that stress a lot. And I said, I know that when I dropped that weight a while ago, years ago, I know what the contributing factor was. I meditated every day. I found peace and silence in my center, and I was relaxed. I was much more relaxed. I was right here all the time. Now, um, I have reasons for having stopped meditating all the time like that. I Sam was traveling. This is such a bullshit reason. Um, I have an excuse, but Sam was traveling and he was gone. I think it was when he started. He was working up in all the way up in Alberta, Canada, like all the way up. Um, and I wouldn't see him for like a month and a half at a time. So our bedroom in the middle of the night, if I meditate every day, it's very, very active. Like you'll hear people call my name in the middle of the night, and like people stand next to the bed. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. I don't care if you're a psychic, if you work on the other side with the other side or whatever. When you have somebody poking on you and you're trying to sleep, it's disturbing. So I stopped meditating all the time. And it just kind of what it is. uh, but it is. I'm starting to see that I need to get myself back there. Like I need to get, and not just because of weight, but because of general health. You know how healthy it is to meditate, you guys. It brings our system back to homeostasis, to center, to where we really are designed to be, instead of where we put our mind all the time. So I was talking to my dietitian and she's like, well, you should go try hot yoga. I said, I didn't even say yoga. Okay. Not same. And hot yoga? Absolutely not. She's cute. But so I'm like, this it's not the same. So then we started talking about hypnosis. And I have the whole gastric hypnosis thing. It's a whole month long worth of, you do a meditation every single, or a hypnosis session every single day, and it trains your subconscious to believe that you have a smaller stomach. Right? In theory, this should work fabulous. It should, because it's resetting your internal dialogue. It's resetting your, oh my God, why can't I? Your subconscious. And I'm like, don't even come up here. I'm not even kidding you. So I'm like, okay, we'll do a field study and we'll try this, and we'll see how it goes. And then because I asked her if she had anybody else try it. She's like, no. And I was like, okay, well, we'll try this. I said, but my problem is, and this goes along with meditation. My problem is, because my brain is in high gear all the time. Poor Sam. You really should feel bad for Sam. Because my brain is in high gear all the time, now, if I have to sit still, I have a hard time getting comfortable and relaxed to meditate, because I'm almost sitting there going, oh my God, I could be doing this. I could be doing that. I could be doing this. I could be doing that. What's this doing? This is why I was up at 6:00 this morning. I couldn't shut my brain off. Right? So the thought process, it's not always just that we're hungry and we go eat, right? And I saw Diana says, I lose my appetite under high stress. Give me a month of that. Bottle it and send it. It is just one of those things. We all have these different kinds of personalities, right? So we're always trying to find what works for us. So I think I'm going to have to go back. I'm not going to have to. It's going to be a joy and delight to take the time each day to get up earlier and meditate. And I think that is going to be something I need to work on. Good morning, ascending universal butterfly. I love that. How beautiful. Good morning, Renee. How are you this morning? Oh, here's Jansen. Now, Jansen, if you guys are looking for herbs or something and Jansen's the go-to here. Like if she's in the store and somebody comes in, they ask about herbs, I'm like, that's the girl. She says meditation will help with relaxing the body. Then your cortisol level, which takes 8 hours after being raised normally, can start going down, which in turn our inflammation in our body reduces, which helps the journey of dropping the extra weight we want. It's all intertwined, isn't it? You find it annoying when they wake you up to Star Traveler? Well, and see, Sam was working away, and I didn't actually. I was just at the beginning of my spiritual journey. It kind of was scary. It was scary because you're in that lighthouse phase, right? Where everybody wants to talk to you from the other side. They're like, oh, look, somebody sees me. Let's annoy them. Liz, good morning. I am good. I am good. I'm having my coffee, trying not to mess up my nails, talking about the subconscious and meditation and relaxation and a healthier body and weight loss and stuff like that. That's what we're talking about for the moment. And you never know. We might talk about world peace in another minute. Who knows? But good morning, everybody. Okay, so this morning is a past life morning, you guys. This is an Akashic Records morning. So this is, and the reason we're doing this is because I just polished my nails and I don't want to get cards out. And this is one of my favorite things to do anyways. I love the Akashic calls. I like the knowledge that is imparted there, the energy in the halls, and helping people see world peace is a stretch these days. My God, everybody's so pissed. You just run around pissed, screaming at everybody. You're just creating more pissed offedness. No. Love one another, damn it. Okay. I did, Liz, because we're going to Paracon. We're going to go see, who are we going to see? What's the name of that doll? Shit. What's the name of that doll? Can't remember her name. I'm not going to cuddle her. I'm not picking her up, not touching her. I can't remember the name of the doll. Anybody else remember? Annabelle, that doll. Yeah, we're going to see Annabelle. Okay. Onward. Annabelle, you can. Love is all you need. Bum, ba-da-da-dum. Okay. Thank you guys for keeping me on track. It's going to be a nice, relaxing weekend, actually. It's only a Saturday thing. So, Renee says cortisol is a stress hormone. Stress elevates cortisol, and long-term stress can deplete cortisol levels. Neither is good, but it is much healthier to reduce cortisol than it is to create it once it's depleted. Yes. All right. Good morning, everybody. If everybody could share. I have told you, don't start with me. Come here. Well, no, because you're going to mess up my nails. You're cute, though. It's not baby. It's Knox. The cat's name's Knox. You want to come here? Want to come say hi? Come here. Well, come here. I can't just pick you. Well, stop. Stop. Look. Okay. Never mind. Do not scratch me. I mean it. It is Richard's cat. A little black cat. Cute thing. Really sweet. Okay. Really sweet. Does not like the camera, obviously. Okay. All right. So if everybody could share to a group, not Knitters Anonymous, they don't care. Relevant to us, share to your feed, invite a friend, whatever. Okay. Let's do this. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Now, this is my disclaimer with these, you guys. If you've been watching for a while, you know I never know where we're going. I always start with an image, and then I go from there. I never know if it's a death moment, if it's a joy moment. I only know that there's a lesson involved in whatever lifetime is coming across at that moment. No, I can't tell you about whatever specific lifetime you want to know about. I'm sure that it's relevant somewhere or another, but your guides know what is most important and relevant for you in this moment. So, lowered expectations. Anywho, I'm thinking I might bring my cult home in a couple weeks. It'd be horse pictures. Yeah, he hasn't been home since he was like a month old. And he was born in May. He needs to come home. Oh, life has just been easier. Okay, here we go. Look at all these people. Woohoo! Woohoo! What? Let's do this. Let's go with Moon Mama 98. Good morning. Is this your first time here? Moon Mama 98, is this your first time here? Awesome, awesome. Okay. Oh, I have to figure out what that is. I don't know what that is. Hold on. Okay. I feel a flash and a bang. Good morning, Miss Anne Marie Angel. She is new on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. And so is Ascending Universal Butterfly, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you like, follow, blah, blah, blah. And if you're on the Soul Collective, we also have our Facebook page. I don't always go live on the Soul Collective. So you can find that at mymysticallife on YouTube. So with Moon Mama, I got to tell you, I feel a flash and a bang. And I know that doesn't mean a whole lot yet. And I'm working on it. So with a flash and a bang, there's some kind of concussion that happens on this side of the body. This does feel like a female past life. And I'm going to go with, they love the way they're showing this. So they're coming across with this very, turn of the century, like carrying a parasol. It reminds me, I'm sorry, this is just to get a reference of time. It reminds me of Mary Poppins, like how they dressed in Mary Poppins, how the mother would have dressed when she was out, doing her woman stuff and her woman stuff, and they're just that time frame. That's the time frame we're going with here. Okay. What's the flash and the bang? What is the flash and the bang? It actually, it actually feels like it feels like gunfire, like big gunfire, like an explosion. Edwardian, is that what it's called? Like an explosion. There's some kind of explosion. So this woman, it's not war. This woman is walking. She's just walking down the street. She has very dark hair. And there's something. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. This probably, I'm going to say, I don't know this yet, but I feel like this might have been, if it wasn't an immediate death moment, it was something that led to a death moment, because she's walking down the street and they're very specific about this. They say she's on the right side of the street. And I hear like the horses. I hear mud. I hear him walking through mud. It smells. So it's probably not the best side of town. Okay. And it's so funny because I have a guide that's like cheap side. It's not the best side of town. This is over in England. This is over in that realm of the world. It's not over here in America. It's over there. But there's a building. It's a business. That's all I know. It's a big business. And I hear a lot of bustling in there. There's stuff going on. And then whatever happened inside that building created this huge, massive explosion. Oh, I understand the concussion. Thank you. A brick or a piece of rock or whatever that is come and smashed her in the side of the head. This is why I have this like eye issue, ear issue, headache on this side of the head. It would have also caused some fractures in her neck. I feel like the smell, she was having a hard time breathing. So whatever kind of explosion it was pretty significant because it created dust, like a lot of concrete, or I don't know that they had they probably had concrete, but a lot of stone and rock dust in the air. It really decimated the building. And the information that comes across with some of these things are very vague. Not very vague, but this she's talking about her clutch purse. She's talking about her clutch purse. And it was like it's so weird the information we get. It was just a string, and then it was a pouch, and she was laying there on the street, and she was aware, totally aware of somebody stealing her purse. Like somebody was picking through the people on the street and taking their stuff. So it really was not a good side of town. I mean, there was no, oh, let me help you. I'm sure there was somebody doing that, but there was some like two young men going through and they kept pulling on it and she wasn't letting it go. She was conscious enough to hold on to her things. She lived a life in this particular lifetime. And this is why this one's important. This is what they're talking about. She, even if she was at death's door, she was holding on to what she had because she worked so damn hard for it. It wasn't an easy life. She scraped. I hear dishes in the background. She did a lot of dishes. I'm going to say she probably cooked, and she ran some sort of facility that took care, maybe like a roadhouse or something along those lines, hotel, whatever, boarding house. But she worked for everything she had, and she didn't depend on anybody else for anything. All right. I feel like she was married, but it just, that was secondary. That was just secondary. Okay. But she laid there concussed, bleeding, and refusing to let go of her purse. Refusing because she expected someone at all times to try and take something from her. And this is the energy she lived in her whole entire life. She expected somebody to try and, excuse me, but well, I'm not gonna say it, but she expected somebody to try and screw her over all the time. And it led her to be a little bit more sour than she was designed to be. You don't depend on anyone. Yeah, it's hard to ask for help, isn't it? Too many times you get burned, and then it's just easier to do yourself. And this is a lesson, though. This is a lesson. That's why they want to talk about this particular past life. They're like, the lesson here is sometimes we have to ask for assistance and be mindful enough to know when to do so. Okay? That's what they want you to know. Be mindful, because there will be a time when you're going to have to say, I can't cover all these bases. I need some help. And it's not a sign of weakness. It is not a sign of weakness. And then they take it in beautiful handwriting, by the way. I don't know why they want to use, probably because this lady's handwriting was gorgeous, but they want to take this most beautiful handwriting and they write the word hurt. Like she had been hurt so many times. And then they swishy underline it and couple little lines through that, and it's really beautiful handwriting. Ah, I get it. Thank you. They're like really good at hiding the hurt. Really good at hiding the hurt. And it's behind all this beautiful stuff, but yet it's still there. Right? So like sometimes you have to let go of stuff. Matter of fact, all the time we need to let go of stuff, because if we're living and we're worried about how someone's going to screw us over, it's because we are thinking about things that have happened in the past and they don't serve us anymore. That doesn't serve us. We have to step forward with a fresh, new idea. And I know it's hard to pin our hopes on people that we don't know, but give people the benefit of the doubt. Put it out there that that's the kind of people you want to attract, and that's the kind of people that will come into your life, the ones that support you and not let you down. I hope that's helpful. So that is definitely a moment of passing for this woman. She had some damage. She had some damage to her body. I don't know if you have any problems with any of your legs, like one of your ankles or anything like that, but she shows a like a compound fracture through one of her legs, and it's just it could be possibly a residual thing. There's my sister. Angel Boyd is my sister. I hope that's helpful, Mumama. Star Traveler asked a really great question. She says, if we let go, will it help the past life spirit let go? So in a sense, yes. Okay. When we have trauma like that through different lives, you hear about soul retrieval, things like that. So soul retrieval can be done within past lives. You can actually just set that energy, visualize that energy, visualize that person, and bring them into your heart. Okay. Love them, hug them, let them know that they are part of your soul and it's safe to return. That's the best thing you can do. Yeah. Absolutely. It's so, and I'm not advertising these because I'm not offering these right now, but I do something called Akashic Soul Awakening, and I only do one a week when I do offer them, because there's such a deep dive into somebody's energetic field that I drop you into trance, like shamanic trance, and then I drop myself down into trance. We meet up, like you're aware of me standing there in your trance your trance meditation, and then we go meet Archangel Michael, Metatron, and Saint Germain, and then we step into your Akashic halls, and I bring back 7 fragments from past lives that need to be reintegrated, and you get to talk to them, sit with them, hug them, reassure them, love them, as if they're standing right there, and then reintegrate them into your soul. So that right there, that's a deep dive healing session that I do, but I haven't done them in a little bit. But I only do one a week when I do offer them, because they take about 2 hours, and it is a little bit exhausting. And I could do this all day long. I could do shamanic healing all day long. But when it comes to that one's tiring. It's because there's such diverse energy. I don't need to look at that. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's move on. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? What do we do the whoop whoop for? The whoop whoop lets me know who is actually here and who didn't just leave the room. It also lets me see your energy. So, and when you comment, I know it sounds really strange, but when you comment, just the bar where I see your comment, I get an energy from that. And my guides tell me who needs the reading, not who wants it, but who needs it. So on we go. Onward. Anybody see the movie Onward? It's a great movie. There's a lot of Aussies here. I agree. And on that note, we'll go with Tani and Rue. Tani and Rue. I know immediately right out the gate, that gives me a headache. The first thing I want to do is I want to cough. I want to start hacking and just hacking and hacking to where I get a headache. Um, oh, that's not good. I don't want to do that one. But we will. Okay. All right. So like I said earlier, you guys, I never know where these are going. I never know. So don't shoot the messenger. Doesn't matter what you believe, whatever. But I want to talk about trains. And oh God, I'm not gonna like this one. Because they're pushing off a lot of emotion with this. I want to talk about the Holocaust and trains and cold and fear, so much anger. And this is a male past life. Do not climb up here because I swear I'm not in the mood right now. I want to talk about being a threat. Somebody that was singled out to be an example. Big burly guy. And this was pretty early on in concentration camps, because it was like absolutely blindsided. There was no warning. There was no, this is what's happening. There was just, it was like a community meeting. Everybody was called together for like a community meeting. And from there, they were put on a train from gunpoint. There was no forethought that they were rounding anybody up or anything like that. It was just sudden. So I'm going to say it was the very beginning of that. And this guy was like, he wasn't dressed super great. He was in very plain clothes. But he did manual labor. His hands were very rough and very large. He was very outdoorsy. I want to say he was like farming or something along those lines. You're Indigenous Australian. Oh, let me tell you, I have had some past lives in with Indigenous Australians come through before, and it is some of them have just been. I've only done a couple, but the ones I have done are horrible. This is a death moment, but I'm just going to tell you that the lesson here is you can't be defined. This is a past life, Tani. So this is actually within your soul journey. Okay. This is within your soul journey. So this is a past life. Your soul has past life. They're all happening at the same time, but whatever. That you have experienced in another time frame. They're just saying, don't be defined. You're not definable by things that have been written on the wall. That's what they say. They're like, it's been written on the wall doesn't mean that that's who you are forever. and that you've picked this particular set of lessons in the life you're going in, that you're in right now, on purpose to help you see some of the beauty in people, because you oh no, Tani, our souls go all over the place. They have a blast. um they want to help you see, this particular lifetime is about helping to see the beauty in people, that not everybody is defined by what they're told to do. Because I'm hearing following orders, following orders, following orders. Oh gosh, that's really important. That's really important. They want to talk about the people on the other side of the wall. So on the other side, on the other side of the wall, what I mean here is the people that pulled the levers to flood the chambers. Okay. Understanding that this is the very beginning of this Holocaust process, the emotional strain, and the breakdowns that happened on the other side of the wall, as they put massive amounts of people, they unalived them. So the reason they use this particular person as for kind of like a first round of examples is because he was massive. Like, he was this great, big, healthy, big guy, like very powerful energy, right? He was strong. And I think maybe he had challenged the guards, and they just thought he was a threat. And they decided to take action against him quite early on. And this does come with what you would think it would come with, right? When it comes to emotion and physical sensation, what you would think that situation would entail, but it doesn't talk about it gives the beating on the walls and things like that. So I'm not going to go into all that, but they really don't want you to waste the chance in this life that you have right now to look past history and say, I can be whatever I want to be in this particular lifetime, because I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to live every every moment to the fullest. You understand? I'm good. I'm glad you understand, because that's the lesson here. They're like, looking beyond that, there's compassion to be had for everybody, even the perpetrators, because there was breakdowns on both sides, and not everybody was doing what they wanted to do. Right? That was not what they wanted to do. Anyways, that's a really, really hard one to bring across, because it comes with a lot. You feel a lot when you're doing this. I hope that's helpful. I hope you understand what that comes with. I'm seeing I missed a lot of stuff here. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, souls travel around, you guys. Now, some souls like certain areas of the world, or universe, but a lot of them, in some souls, prefer male lifetimes or female lifetimes. So I mean, they get a little bit, they get to choose all that. We get to pick that. It's like going up to a board and saying, I want to do that. So it's really, really interesting. But there's a lot of things when it comes to past lives, to see what comes up. All right. Thank you guys. I see a lot of people sharing. You're very welcome. Akashic records are fascinating. And when you think you can have hundreds or even thousands of past lives tucked away, to learn from, why not step into your Akashic halls and figure that out? Why do we use the term unalive instead of what we used to say? Because social media will censor some people. Yeah. It's about whether they dock us online. Yeah. I mean, it is a death, right? I get it. Yeah. Let's call it what it is. It was murder. But social media gets weird. All right. Everybody, good morning ish. What time is it? 11:22. I've gotten so much done today. I feel so accomplished. Okay. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room, you guys? Good morning. This morning we're doing Akashic records this morning because my nail polish is wet and I don't want to get in the cards. Cards are a tool. We can do readings without the cards as well. It's not a problem. But cards are a great visual for everybody out there to be able to put the loops together. So that's why we use cards. Good morning. I have not scheduled the next psychic development class. I suppose I should do that. Oh, did I do that? No, okay. October is obviously a very busy month. Obviously. Okay. Let's go with Hannah Crawford. Oh, Hannah, you're going to be fun. Oh, you're going to be fun. Oh, we're going to go with one of my favorite time zones or timelines. So we were just on vacation. We went to Sedona, which was lovely. And then we went to Tombstone. And I know it sounds stupid. It's a tourist trap, you guys. It really is. The buildings are pretty much original, but it is a tourist trap. But I enjoyed the hell out of it because I'm a Western kind of girl. Okay. I grew up watching John Wayne. They need to stop with this AI with John Wayne. It's bullshit. Anyways, so with that, Hannah, I'm gonna step back to Cattle Drive. I don't get to do these very often because they're very recent past lives. They're pretty recent, right? So we usually dip back further. So they're talking about cattle drives, and I hear men whistling at. I know I love John Wayne. I hear men whistling at cows. I hear. It's so funny. I hear yippee-ki-yay. There's Knox. What are you doing? Okay. You named both your horses Duke and Dorado. We have, what do we have? I don't know how many we have. I can't even. Merlin? Is it Merlin? Is his name Merlin? His name might be Merlin. I haven't seen him since May, so I don't know. But he was a month old when he left one of our colts. But we have Jazz, Baby, Clem. They're not the registered names, obviously. It's Luna and Dottie. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyways, so let's keep going. So Hannah, I want to talk about the dust. I want to talk about sleeping under the stars and really being connected with nature, drinking out of streams that nobody else is, polluted. Really feeling the heartbeat of the planet. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, right, Ashley. That's what they're talking about. Really being part of your soul. You're an earth energy, and you have this wonderful connection to the planet. I don't know if you're out there grounding, or if you are. If you really are outside doing stuff up, in nature, but you should be, because it is this gentleman. It's this gentleman. He has this really soft nature. He's very calming. And he also, I want to say, like, sings to the cows, or I keep hearing yippee-ki-yay, blah, 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 blah. I don't know the words. And he's like just in sync. I'm trying to see. Good morning. I'm trying to see why they want you to know about this life, other than maybe you need to do some grounding and bring yourself back to center, or bring yourself out in nature and find some relaxation, whether it's just sitting out in the lawn, depending on where you are in the world. Um, because here's me. Is it about the horse? It's not about the horse. I'm like, it's about the horse. He's like, no, the horse is a tool. The horse is a tool. He didn't get overly wrapped up in his horses. He used multiple horses from like the herd. Oh, I understand. Um, I want to talk about the challenges that he may have experienced in life because interesting. That's interesting. I'm like, what kind of, tell me, was he married? Did he have children? He talks about children having passed away early on. Two boys passed away early on, but he did have, look, get down. He did have a wife. He broke norm. Um, he broke norm in his life with this. And I'm like, well, tell me about your wife. And he shows me white buffalo calf woman and says she dressed in white. And he shows me her in this would have been really a thing. This would have been a thing. He shows me her dressed in doe skin. So he obviously had taken a Native American wife and was judged pretty hardly for it in their community, but absolutely loved this woman. And this is where he found peace, was away from his community out on these cattle drives. And he keeps showing me laying under the stars, head on a saddle, just looking up at the sky, knowing that there's so much more out there than what we experience right now. Really had a vast idea of humanity or life within and without. And it's because he spent so much time being able to ground. And he talks about the time that's wasted. He pulls out a pocket watch and he goes, I lived by this. We had to be here by this day, here by this day, here by this way. And I feel like he wasn't home when his wife passed away because he says, I missed the important things. I missed the moments that were the most important. And he talks about going home and nobody had found her but him. So having to deal with all of that. He says, so this is a don't miss life because we're so wrapped up in the things that happen in life. Take the time, ground, find yourself, and that's when you'll be totally amazed. I hope that's helpful. Over here and read. Yeah, grounding is always like, okay. I hope that's helpful. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was just making sure. Who's old? Wait, what are we talking about? You feel old because you have a 20-year-old? Wait till they turn 35. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Isn't it wonderful to have those horses that you can trust anybody on? And we have Clem. Clem was born on our farm, and he's 20 now, and we kept him for our grandkids, but we don't have our grandkids on him, so I need to work on that. But I mean, he's one of those horses. I need to take him out for a ride. I'm not going to ride him. I have to put some tribute on him to take him out for a ride. He's a nice built horse, but I'm not going to go jump on him with my butt. So, but yeah, he needs to be ridden. And that way we can go put the grandkids on because we'll see. But that's what he's been here for. Wait till they're married. I know, Melissa. It's so beautiful though, right? Grandkids and to see him in a relationship and thriving and all the things. It really is. It is. You can ride a bike, so because you couldn't balance, your dad bought you a horse and told me I only had to sit there and hang on. True story. Oh my gosh. So my dad, not Bill, not my father that passed away, but my dad, my stepdad. Never considered him my stepdad. He's my dad. And yeah, I knew that, Angel. He he showed me how to ride. So it took me forever to realize that everything he showed me was wrong. On a like show horse level or even a pressure and release level was all wrong. His idea is if you can't get the horse to stop, pull back with both reins. Now I know that if you do that, you're giving him fuel to buck. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to kill me. I don't know. But yeah, it's okay. It's all right. We still have fun. Okay. All right, guys, throw him on the horse. Oh, no, I think Luke's a little too city for that. Luke ain't got that kind of ass. It just doesn't. Renee, how is Jazz doing? How about baby? And baby the cat. Speaking of Mr. Bill, I've been thinking about him, and Mr. Bill wants you to know that he is and has been with you and his baby a lot lately. Mr. Bill is saying lots of love and light, and now Mr. Bill says, not exactly something we would have said while here. He would not have said that. He would never have said love and light. Bill was more of a old pagan. Well, what was his saying? What did he say? He basically said, as long as you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you, kind of thing. But if you mess with me, I mess with you 10 times more. And I'd be online going, please don't say that. Don't do it. And he did not care. Yeah, that boy is scrawny. No padding if he comes off. That's one of the things about having a little fluff. You hit the ground, you have to know how. I'm too old to hit the ground. Oh my gosh, if I hit the ground anymore, my chiropractor would be like, what the hell are you doing? Why did you even think about that? Why would you get on a horse? Oh, I was only 10, then my blood pressure crossed the Rainbow Bridge over 50 years ago. Oh, flowers. Jazz is still here. She's 31, I believe. She's 31 now. And choices to be made. Baby's okay. She's fine out there at the moment. I have to have a vet evaluator. If the vet says, let's do it, then they'll both be laid to rest at the same time. But we're going to see. We're going to see. On a positive note, you guys. So, Buford, right? We have Buford. Buford's been on our show for years now. Years. Since we started our online broadcast. A little basset hound, right? And we were really, really scared because during COVID, he had, this is important, he had blown a disc and he was paralyzed from the middle back. Oh, that Mustang Callie when you hit the barbed wire on the ground. Yeah, she was. Mm-hmm. He has been dragging his back end. And if he goes to turn, like his butt, he doesn't have the strength in his back end. And he was kind of walking a little crooked and his limping on the front. And I'm looking at him going, oh, buddy. And really, really, really scared because, I mean, this is the only dog we have anymore. He's outlived all the other Danes, and our heart's wrapped up in this dog. And I don't want to have to scrape my husband up off the floor because this is going to be horrible, right? But yet I'm one that I don't want to wait for emergency moments. I want them to go on a really great note. And anyways, so he's on this, we have him on aspirins because the stuff that the vet gave didn't work, right? and Libreva, whatever. He was super sick on that, so we don't do that. It's like a once a month pain thing. It was horrible, horrible. So anyhow, I go to the vet, and he's like, okay, well, here's this stuff, which didn't work. And he's like, and maybe get some chondroitin and whatever, like a supplement. And we'd tried that before and nothing worked. So I was like, well, we'll try something new. So we get this stuff called, and write it down because it's important, Wuffles. Woofs. Wuffes. Wuffes. If you guys have any old animals, old dogs, we left. We had this stuff shipped to the house when we left right after Sedona. 2 days ago, so it's been almost 3 weeks now. 2 days ago, Buford brought me his toy. And I went, you don't move very much. Why are you bringing me a toy? Miss Anne Marie Angel. I know, right? But this is what we do, Miss Anne Marie. It's about community and friends and making meet new people. And sometimes we tell a Lisa-ism, and we do readings and we have fun. It's not all about, I need a reading, right? We talk about things. So anyways, I was looking at him like, what are you doing? And he dropped the toy and then he wanted to play. And I'm like, that's not normal for you. You're old and you're decrepit and you don't want to do stuff like this. And so I didn't think a whole lot about it. Well, we have 2 dog ramps go down the porch because I'm afraid he's going to fall off one because his back end drifts, right? His back end drifts. No, he can't go to a chiropractor because his back end has been fused. So he can't do chiropractor manipulation at all. He had like this huge surgery, was in a cage for, bed rest for 2 months. And I suggest this stuff. I'm going to go write a review because you never know if it's a really good review, right? Like, did somebody pay for a review or is it them doing a review? This shit works. His back end isn't trailing. You have no idea how relieved I am that my husband doesn't have to put this dog down, right? And me too. But I mean, his back end would go down the steps, and that's why I put a second ramp up, because it would fall to the right and he would fall down the steps and just slide down the steps. And I'm like, oh my God. And so, guys, if you have an old dog or a cat, this stuff is the shit. So he's been on it for 3 weeks and he's a new dog. Like, when we left for Sedona, I was like, he ain't going to make it another month. And now I'm like, if we keep him on this stuff, how long will he go, So I'm telling you, good stuff. Wuffes. We got it on Amazon. Highly recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. I can't say enough about it. So there you go. That's my endorsement. I should be paid, but I'm not. I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express though, so I must know something. So I do. I do. I do wreck. I wish I had something I could give my horse that did that, but it doesn't. Oh, it's so good, Kimmy. It took 3 weeks. So have some patience. But I'm so excited. Renee says, so I'm reading Renee's because when she says Mr. Bill, she's talking about my father. So she's also a medium. So she says, really, Mr. Bill, you would say, if you mess with me, not sure what to make of this new information because you're the one who stressed that you should never do or wish or cast spells or pray for anything other than which is positive for others, even if they've done you harm, as what you put out there for others comes back to you threefold. We may have a little chat, Mr. Bill. Yeah. Well, he was an old school pagan. So he wasn't the like new Wicca pagan that's like, oh, he was the pagan. And and I know that he had a phrase that he said, but he was of the really old school where do no harm but don't fuck with me kind of thing, like that. Like, and his teacher, Madam Cersei, she's, yeah. So, yeah, Mr. Bill, Mr. Bill, Mr. Bill. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I highly recommend this stuff. Yeah, it does suck losing our pets, doesn't it? You were stalked for helping people? Miss Amory, I understand that too. I don't get stalked, but oh my gosh, it's 1:42 in the morning there, Tony. Yeah, get off the internet. This is your sign. Get off the internet. Um, but I've always been very, 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 very fortunate, Miss Anne Marie. First of all, I don't put up with shit. I will block somebody off of my feed so fast that their head, they won't even know what hit them, honestly, because I have the capacity to do it right here. And if somebody pisses me off, I will get rid of you, because life is too short to deal with assholes. It just is. And I'll just block them. It's not a problem. I've done it. People, a troll hunter, right? Angel says, my sister says, I woke up to toothpicks all over my kitchen this morning. They were in a drawer. So, you guys, how many people on here ask for signs from the other side that they're around? Like, and not just dimes or pennies or feathers, but something specific that that somebody from the other side. Yes, life is too damn short for that shit. But something specific from the other side that says, I'm here, I love you, I need you to know that. Bill's specific thing, my father's specific thing, is toothpicks. And there's a reason for that, because I know it's stupid, but when I was in high school, one of my friends stepped on a toothpick. And it was the worst injury I had ever seen. She stepped on this toothpick, and then when they pull it out, they she's a skilled troll hunter savant. Yes, absolutely. They splintered it backwards, and it just did this horrible, horrible thing to her foot. So I have, and do still have, a small phobia about stepping on toothpicks. Like, I don't want to. She was in a cast for months. I'm very particular about that. And Bill had a toothpick in his mouth all the time. Now, mind you, I'm living in Texas. I'm taking care of him. I'm picking up these nasty ass toothpicks off the floor. And I'm not pleased. Every time I pick one up, I'm like the mad monkey from the closet in Family Guy. Toothpick. So it became a kind of a joke, but not really, because it was disgusting. And ever since Bill has passed away, I find toothpicks in the most random spots. Like, random. I don't have toothpicks in my kitchen. They're in a drawer, in a little container. I'll find toothpicks just randomly. And it's just Bill saying, hi, I'm there. More often right after he passed away, when I came back to Ohio, there was toothpicks all over the place. And I'm like, the hell? So make sure you're asking for random signs that, hey, Barbara, I called that person and they never called me. Yeah, those are signs, absolutely. And he's messing with me. Bill, I would expect no less. He's around all the time. But are you yeah, that's the thing. Toothpicks everywhere. It's toothpicks everywhere. And he still does it. So we'll be walking, like through the yard. Toothpick in the yard. I'm like, nobody in my house uses toothpicks very often, like at all. We have toothpicks for like putting the bacon in the roast. And I don't cook that much. Anyways. Let's see. Yeah. I get that, Miss Anne Marie. Creepy people. You didn't know about the toothpicks, Renee? Oh God, toothpicks everywhere. And here I've been screaming at Brian about toothpicks on the floor because it's so dangerous. You've had toothpicks. That's Bill. Mm-hmm. He communicates through toothpicks. I know. Flowers, right? Why would you drop them on the floor? I swear he got too used to having someone take care of him. Bill did. I cooked. I cleaned. I picked up toothpicks. It was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Okay. You didn't get a call back? No, she didn't call me back. I called her about half an hour after I talked to you, and she never. And I left a message, and she never called me back. So it's okay. I mean, I just didn't want you to think I didn't call. I did call. There we go. What effects does Pluto present in astrology right now? Bilbo, I have no damn idea. I have an astrologer for that. Like, this is something I learned early on. I'll have to look that up. I'll look at it, Teresa. Here's the thing, Teresa. I will put her on a supplement, but I will not make this mare go through winter. She has no teeth. And if I were to put her on pain meds, then I'm chasing ulcers. And then she suffers through ulcers. And I don't want to, I don't want to turn her into a different horse through pain. So I would much rather be so kind to her and help her. She's 31. I mean, she is older than dinosaur poop. And I could just be one of those people like, oh, I need to keep you with me. I'm going to do everything in my power to chase ulcers. And if you've ever had a horse that has really bad ulcers, you guys, it turns them into a different horse. It is horrible. And that's what pain meds do. It doesn't matter what kind of pain med either. You put them on pain med, you're going to chase those ulcers. And it's a vicious circle. Aww. Renee. Astrology eludes me. Yeah, on my brain, you guys see me on here. I don't remember what I said 5 seconds ago. I'm not going to remember astrology. I can't do it. And that's my bad for saying I can't, right? Like, I'm setting that up for myself. But the brain that come with this meat suit releases things so quickly that there it went. I chose this brain for a reason. Don't ask me what it is, but I did. Anyhow, all right, give me a whoop whoop in the room, you guys. Let's actually let's do this. No. Yes. No. Okay. You see that? What are we doing? All I need is a rattle sitting here. Oh, I have one. Like a squirrel. Absolutely. For future reference, it does work really well. Horses and some joint issues. And actually, I've had it for people family too. I'll look it up. I have a couple things in the barn. I mean, I have a whole office full of stuff. We used to do a lot of showing. And I might do that with this colt. I might take him off and show him because he is beautiful. Like, we hit the genetic lottery with this colt. He has 4 white socks up to the knees, and then he's Grula. So his knees are black. So every time he moves, you see just flashes. Oh, it's so beautiful. And then he has really, really, really primitive markings. So he has zebra stripes all the way down his legs until the white. And then his ears are even striped out. Um, all the way down his neck. His neck is striping, and then his back is a huge black line down his back. And then he has white on either side of his tail, and then a white clump right down the middle. This horse is gorgeous. I need to bring him home. So he needs to be. I would almost keep him to show, but I like money, so. And by money, I mean the cost of the horse isn't the expensive part. It's everything else. Let's dance and rattle. Oh, I don't have my drums here. My drums are all at the shop. So we do have an online store, you guys. I know I'm really bad at this. Advertising. I get on here for fun, honestly. That's what I do. But we do have what am I doing? Okay. Stop touching buttons. Okay. We do have an online store. We ship worldwide, and that is themysticalmoons.com. We have a bunch of new things in. What did I just put in? A bunch of zodiac pendants and Celtic pendants, handbags, a bunch of stuff on. He is pretty. I'll have to get some pictures of him. Okay. It is time, you guys. This is a collective reading. They're so expensive. Horses are just expensive. This is a collective reading. It is time. It is time to look past the imperfections in others, because basically their imperfections is none of our damn business. And it is time to start working together to create something quite beautiful. This is the cards. Quite beautiful in life. And we need to have that ability to work with others. And I think that's a lot of the problem. We can dance when we want to, right? No, okay. Because we have lost the ability to really be in cooperation with other people. Not everybody, right? But the cooperation level is not where it used to be. When we used to work towards a lot of different things together, and now it's just, do you believe this? No, you don't believe this? Then you must be evil. And a lot of finger pointing, and a lot of anger, and a lot of anxiety, and a lot of angst. We need to step away from that, because it doesn't work for us. I'm not going to say it, and I'm not even saying it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for us as a collective group of we can dance when we want to, leave the world behind. We could be so much more if we move forward as humans, not just Americans, not just as Europeans or Canadians or Mexican or whatever, but as humans. If we work together to build something and do it in cooperation, we start over. And I have somebody call it the Great Reset. We start over. Wouldn't that be nice? To just walk out the door and know that everybody that you meet is somebody that is going to work with you, not against you. We don't have that. We don't have that. You know what we have? We have a world, not just a society, not just a country, a world where we wonder what somebody else's motives are. Are they going to hurt me, or are they going to help me? Should I be a concealed carry today? All the things like that. I prefer to be able to walk out my door. Now, mind you, don't have neighbors. I do. I mean, they're all the way over there and all the way over there. I can walk out my door and be fine. I don't lock my cars. I have geese. That's why. You ever had a goose on your farm? They're better than a watchdog. But there's so many people that are scared to walk out their door. Now, I will say, when I was 19 years old, oh, so many years ago, I used to drive horse and buggy downtown Toledo, Ohio. I love to drive a team. I love to drive. It's a lot of fun. But I had one horse on my carriage, and his name was Clyde, and I had a pink carriage, and we got along really well, him and I. He was the only one. I was the only one that could drive him. They thought they were going to punk me out and be like, she can't drive, whatever. Anyways, and my husband at the time, well, he's still my husband, but at the time when we were married that young, we lived in a little area in Toledo that was very, very, very dangerous. And I didn't have to guess what the people in that neighborhood's intentions were when I got home at 2:00 in the morning. I knew if I was caught outside what their intentions were. How sad is that? How sad is that? I had to have an escort. My father-in-law had to escort me 100 feet. No, 40 foot, maybe, from my car to the house. How awful is that? Because I knew what their intentions were. And it always broke my heart because I always told Jim, I don't need an escort. He's like, you will not make it to the front door. What a world. What a world. And do you think in the last 40 years, 35 years that neighborhood's gotten any better? Mm-mm. Nope. You know what, Loretta? I'm not really good at what side of Toledo. Like, I know where the north side is. Bancroft and Upton is where it is. Bancroft and Upton. I want to live in a world where our grandkids don't have to worry about what somebody's motives are. Right? Hi, everybody. Hi, Vivian. How are you? Yeah, it was sad. It really was sad. But I was absolutely determined to do it. So I was determined to not lose my job. I loved my job, and I did it. I only had Richard like a month, and I was out driving buggy, and I had C-section. But I wanted it. I wanted to do it. I do miss driving. That was a lot of fun. Anyhow, everybody. All right. With that, I hope we had fun today. I hope we learned something. I hope we talked about something beneficial. And we will do some video this weekend. I'll probably be on tomorrow. Yeah. But we will be at Paracon this weekend, and I will do some video from Paracon. And we will go from there. All right, everybody. Find light, find best years of your life. Yeah, a farm, I love being on the farm. I couldn't live in the city anymore. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine, because you are. And if Mr. Fry were here, he would say, may the light be with you. And waffles. Yes, woofs. Woofs for the dog thing. I can't say enough. Really, I can't. Everybody have a great day. We probably got another 6 months with the dog. Right? Hopefully more than that, but we'll see. All right. We won't push him too hard.